disgrace. And we'll keep fighting. We'll fight till the end and we'll win because our country's gone to hell.
Tonight, Donald Trump is the first former president in U.S. history to be convicted of felony crimes.
Good evening. Welcome to Fox 7 News at 10. I'm Alex Michelson.
And I'm Christine Devine. The unanimous verdict reached by a New York jury.
Trump's legal team says they are now appealing it. We have live team coverage. Marla Tejas is here to explain what this means for the former president who's campaigning for re-election. Fox 11's Gina Silva live in Hawthorne with local reaction. But let's start things off with Marla.
Listen, Christine, it took the jury about 12 hours of deliberating to turn the former president into a convicted felon.
I'm a very innocent man.
Maintaining his not guilty plea, former President Donald Trump outside the Manhattan courtroom moments after he was convicted on all 34 felony counts of falsifying business documents to cover up a sexual encounter with adult film star Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 election. Nearby, some anti-MAGA protesters holding signs saying, "Lock him up and don the felon." Trump calling the whole process rigged.
This was done by the Biden administration.
The jury of 7 men and 5 women heard 80 hours of testimony from 22 witnesses over the 6-week history-making criminal trial that focused on reimbursements paid to Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, for a $130,000 hush money payment to Daniels. Cohen, the prosecution's key witness, the defense called the greatest liar of all time. Cohen, Thursday night on MSNBC.
It's accountability. It's exactly what America needs right now.
I did my job.
Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, who first brought the indictment against Trump in April 2023.
Our job is to follow the facts and the law without fear or favor. And that's exactly what we did here.
Trump's attorney on Fox News vowing to keep fighting without any regrets.
We all did the best that we could, and I wouldn't change anything that we did.
The President Biden-Harris campaign released a statement saying, convicted felon or not, Trump will be the Republican nominee for president. The threat Trump poses to our democracy has never been greater. He is running an increasingly unhinged campaign of revenge and retribution, pledging to be a dictator on day one.
The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people.
How this will play out at the ballot box in a presidential matchup that currently has Trump with a slight edge over Biden remains to be seen. Political analyst Dan Schnurr, with us at 6, says the burden lies with Biden to re-energize younger progressive voters who've soured on him.
The question now going forward is whether the Biden campaign can use this verdict as a way of convincing those progressives that, in fact, it's worth their time and effort to turn out in November.
Now, Trump is to be sentenced on July 11th. That is 4 days before the Republican convention, where he is set to receive the GOP nomination officially. And again, his team will appeal today's conviction.
And Trump not shy about speaking out about this.
No, so he is at home at Trump Tower tonight. He will hold a press conference at 8 a.m. Eastern tomorrow from Trump Tower.
Yeah, President Biden has not spoken about this on camera and so far doesn't have any plans to. Thank you so much. All right, a lot of questions about this unprecedented moment in U.S. history. Our FoxLA.com team put together the top 3 questions being asked to us online. So we want to take a moment to try to answer those. Question number 1, will Trump go to prison? The answer, we don't know. His sentencing set for July 11th, as Marla just said. It's up to the judge and the judge alone. Judge Juan Merchan could sentence him to the maximum, which would be 4 years behind bars. But that's unlikely, given the fact that Trump hasn't been convicted of any other crimes. He could get probation, house arrest, or community service. Now to question number 2. Can Trump still run for president? This one is simple. Yes. Nothing in the Constitution prevents criminals from running, even if they're behind bars. Back in 1920, socialist labor leader Eugene Debs got nearly 4% of the presidential vote from behind bars. Question number 3, can Trump still vote for himself in November? Likely yes. Although Trump was convicted in New York, he technically lives and votes in Florida. Florida law defers to the state where the conviction occurred, which is in New York, where the voting rights say that basically you're only prevented from voting if you're a felon currently incarcerated. That's highly unlikely to be the case in November due to likely appeals stopping any sentence from going into effect anytime soon. Christine?
Well, Alex, tonight there's plenty of reaction to the Trump verdict from people all across Southern California. Fox 11's Gina Silva spent the night talking to voters and is live in Hawthorne. Gina?
Well, Christine, we traveled through L.A. and Orange counties to get reaction from the people, and we got some passionate responses. I can tell you some people are thrilled with the verdict while others are furious.
I'm all Trump.
In Seal Beach, Debbie Thayer expressed her disgust with the verdict.
They're railroading him. They're taking him down. It's just wrong. The whole thing is wrong.
But Chris Anderson.
He's a liar. He's corrupt. Justice, the wheels of justice grind very slowly, but I'm glad to see that it worked. But I want to see him in cuffs.
In Carson. What's your reaction, sir?
Well, I guess the Democrats are happy we can keep tearing down the country and we can lead the country to where it looks like a third world country.
But I don't think it's going to change anybody's minds. If they're red or blue, I think they're all going to go all red, and those are all blue, they'll go all blue, and I don't think it's going to change anything. I mean, this guy's already put a stamp on what he's for, and there's a lot of people who believe in him.
In the black community, at first we wasn't rocking with him, but like when he gave us all that money last year, like I can't even be mad at the man. Free that man. Free that innocent man.
In Santa Monica.
If he was found guilty, then he was found guilty, you know?
My reaction is I never thought this would actually occur, but I'm quite happy that justice was served. I mean, he's obviously guilty. All the evidence was there. I just didn't think it would go through because he always seems to skirt his way out of things.
I'm pleased. Justice has prevailed. New Yorkers are smart.
In the San Fernando Valley, Sherman Oaks.
He's innocent, and he didn't do anything. They are lying.
Are you surprised?
Not really. I mean, he's been guilty of other things, right?
With OJ, they got away with all this stuff. You would think his money would talk too, but it doesn't. I think the Democrats have a little more power than the Republicans do.
I think it's totally right. I think the verdict was correct. I think he deserves what he's getting. He's a criminal, and I hope he's punished to the full extent of the law.
So there you have it, mixed reaction. And there were a lot of other people who had very passionate responses, but they did not feel comfortable going on camera. Alex, Christine, I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Yeah, not a lot of don't know when it comes to Donald Trump. We'll have more on the verdict this week on our political show, The Issue Is. Joining me in studio tomorrow, California Assembly Speaker, Democrat Robert Rivas, and former top aide to Donald Trump, Republican John McEntee. The Issue Is airs every Friday night at 10:30 right